been playing through 100 Days in Stardew Valley as a cozy player who normally plays this game wrapped up in bed. I'm trying to accomplish as much as possible by filling up my days and going season by season, so in this video we're going to be covering the entire fall season of year 1. Of course I have some goals that I'm working towards as well, and those main goals include everything from completing the community center to reaching the bottom of the mines. I also have secondary goals to complete, like having one of every animal and having a kid, so to stay on track, these are the goals that I have for this fall season. I want to fully upgrade the coop and the barn, that way we can buy goats, rabbits, sheep, and pigs. I want to reach the bottom of the mines, unlock Calico Desert, and I want to get married. If you haven't seen the spring and summer videos, I will link those down below, but I have high hopes for fall. I feel like we've set ourselves up well, and we should have a lot happening this season. The first day of fall is hectic, maybe the most hectic of all the seasons. I start by prepping my farm for all the fall seeds we're going to buy. I do my dailies, grab some eggs from the chickens and milk from the cows, and I already have pumpkin seeds and broccoli seeds in my inventory, so I plant those and add some quality fertilizer on top. Just like in the other seasons, there are seasonal crops I need to gather for the community center. For the fall crops bundle, I need an eggplant, a pumpkin, and a yam, and for the fall foraging bundle, I need a common mushroom, a hazelnut, and a blackberry. So I went to Pierre's and grabbed all of the seeds that I'll need. I thought I could be super ambitious and upgrade my barn today too. We are so close to the big barn upgrade, which would cost 450 wood, 200 stone, and 12,000 gold. Upgrading this would unlock goats and the ability for animals to get pregnant. But I'm a bit short on wood and I couldn't chop enough on time before Robin's closes. But that's alright though, we'll be all set to upgrade it tomorrow. I planted all of my new fall seeds on my farm. I had so many seeds I needed to craft 3 new sprinklers just to accommodate. I had some melon wine ready from last season, and when I checked the cave, there were so many fruits in here, including a blackberry, which we need for the community center, and an apple, which we also need for the fodder bundle. I added a ton of fertilizer to my crops, and I went to sleep. I was exhausted after my first day, but hey, I didn't pass out on the first day this time. On day 2, I was determined to go upgrade my barn. So with all of the materials in my backpack, I went to Robin's to hand it all in. The barn upgrade will take about 2 days, just like all the other upgrades. And after leaving Robin's, I want to get a head start on some fall fishing. There are a few fish we need to catch this season for the community center. We need a walleye and an eel for the night fish bundle, a catfish and a tiger trout for the river fish bundle, and a puffer fish and a sandfish for the specialty fish bundle. A lot of these can be caught when it's raining, so this is the perfect time to get these out of the way so I'm not pulling my hair out halfway through the season like last time. And the fish were biting today. I caught so many fish, including the walleye, the tiger trout, and the catfish from the river. I didn't even lose a single fish this time. My fishing confidence was so high I went to the ocean, and wouldn't you know it, I also caught an eel. I ran straight to the community center. I probably stink with all of these fish in my pocket, but I handed in the walleye and the eel, completing the night fish bundle, and we earned a glow ring from that, which I think I have already, but alright. Hold on, little Junimo, I'm not done yet. I also handed in my catfish and tiger trout, completing the river fish bundle, and that earned us 30 deluxe bait. Now it all comes down to the puffer fish and the sandfish, but after we get those, we'll complete the entire fish tank room. While I'm here, I also handed in the blackberry for the fall foraging bundle, and I went home to sell the rest of my fish after a fantastic fishing day. At the end of the day, I leveled up in fishing because, of course, I just had the best fishing day of my life. I can now craft a cork bobber and a treasure hunter tackle. Plus, I earned 5,832 gold today. When I wake up on day 3, I notice our ducks we added last season are now fully grown, so we finally have duck eggs ready in the coop. We'll need those for the animal bundle, and now that my farming and community center goals are on their way, I have 2 things I want to accomplish today. Number 1 is focus on Sebastian. I need 1 more heart point until I can ask him to be my boyfriend, and 3 more heart points until marriage. So I added a frozen tear to my inventory and set off over to give that to him. I looked for him in his room and he wasn't there, but I did find him at the usual lake spot. I gifted him the frozen tear and he says he might have been up a little bit too late last night. I'm surprised to see him out during the day at all, to be honest. The second goal of the day is to get to the bottom of the mines. The furthest I've been so far is level 112, but to reach the bottom of the mines, I need to get to level 20. The spirits are neutral today, so not really the best day to do it, but I think we'll be okay. Level 113 13 was star-shaped, so that's fun. And my sword has been crushing everything with ease. I might even be ready to move on to bigger and better caves. I made it to level 115 with time to spare, so I figured, screw it, I'm gonna go for it. Let's finish this today. I fought my way through, running into a bit of a hard time at level 119, but I made it. I made it to level 120. That's the final level of the mines. At the bottom, I found a skull key. I'm not sure what it's for yet, but it seems important. That unlocked another journal entry quest to discover the purpose of the skull key, and I was so proud of myself, I even took the long way home tonight. At the end of the day, I leveled up in foraging to level 8, and I earned 3,488 gold today. Day 4 will be the best day ever. I can feel it. Probably because I've reached 8 heart levels with Sebastian, so first thing I'm doing is heading to Pierre's to buy a bouquet. This is the item we need in Stardew Valley to ask someone to be official, and the bouquet is only 200 gold? That's a steal. With the bouquet in my hands, I run over to Sebastian's. He's in bed, of course. It's a gloomy day outside. I hand him the bouquet and he says, "You want to get more serious?" I feel the same way. How sweet. We officially have a boyfriend. Now we've unlocked the final 2 heart spots we need before marriage. I'd love to stay and celebrate, but I have other things to do today. I need to discover the purpose behind that skeleton key. And alright, I'll be honest, I know where to use the skeleton key. The key unlocks a completely different, way more difficult cave in Calico Desert, which can be reached by taking the bus. At the moment though, the bus is in need of repair, but we can fix it up by completing the vault room in the community center. Unfortunately, the final vault bundle is worth 25,000 gold and we just aren't there yet. But we can finish the full foraging bundle by handing in a common mushroom and a hazelnut. As a reward, I got 30 fall seeds. I have so many seeds, I don't even know what to do with them, but because I need so much money for the vaults, I did some extra mining today in the levels that I've already beaten. I did some fishing, sold some extra gear, and I made 3,565 gold at the end of the day. But it is Friday today, and I have not forgotten about my epic hunt for the pufferfish. So I run over to the traveling cart first thing in the morning, and nope, no pufferfish. Wouldn't it have been so nice to see it first try this season? I have been so busy today, I have not even noticed that my new barn is ready. So now we can go to Marnie's to buy some goats. They cost 4,000 gold, so I think I'll just get one for now since I'm trying to pay off that vault, and we'll name you Guy the Goat. Look how cute she is in my yard. We have some wine ready, so I can add an ancient fruit in the keg, which is sure to make us a ton of money, and I wanted to start clearing more space on my farm. There is still a lot of empty space here we can use to grow more crops or eventually place more buildings. So for now, I just want to add another area for all of the extra seeds I have. At the end of the day, I reached a level 9 in farming, so I can now craft an iridium sprinkler and quality fertilizer, and I earned 4,824 gold today. On day 6, we still don't have quite enough for the 25,000 gold vault bundle, but we do have some eggplant ready to harvest for the fall crops bundle. I also have some oak resin ready, and I need that to craft another keg. So I craft another one and place it near the other kegs, and then I add more ancient fruit inside. I sell some things at Pierre's, head to the community center to hand in a duck egg and an eggplant, and I figured today I'll head to the ocean to try and make some money here. I run into Sebastian at the dock. He's surprised to see me in the rain, but this is nothing. Did you see me in that green rain? Fearless, I tell you. We watched the storm clouds roll in together. He says he likes this weather because it makes everyone else disappear, and he feels anxious around other people. He says he feels comfortable around me though, and it is pouring outside. We are getting soaked, so he offers to share his umbrella with me. So cute. After my rainy day, I run into this sketchy guy at the beach. He's the one who sells the mermaid pendant, aka the engagement ring in Stardew Valley. I hoped somehow I could just buy it right then and there, but he says, "Something tells me you're not ready for it, miss." Fine, but I will be back. I do some fishing and sell those to Willie, and when I get home, I do some farm work. I craft some more sprinklers for my new farming area, and I started to place some wooden planks to create a pathway to the new barn, and of course, I got carried away and passed out in my own yard. I cannot wait for that medical bill tomorrow. 1,000 gold? This will never stop boiling my blood, I swear. Ugh, whatever, I do my dailies. I find an apple in the cave, so I need one more for the community center, and it's Sunday, so I need to go check the traveling cart. And nope, no pufferfish, but there is a cute country lamp for sale, so you know what? I'm having a bad day so far, I'm buying it. I regret nothing. I head off to Pierre's to sell all of my goods for the day. After selling everything, I still don't have enough for the 25,000 gold bundle, so I head to Clint's to break open some geodes. I hand some things into the museum and receive a crystal chair. Ooh, this is actually nice. And after visiting Sebastian, I realize I am fresh out of frozen tears to gift to him. So I went to some of the icy floors in the mines to hopefully find some, and even though I'm flying through these lower floors now, I did not find a single frozen tear. Man, this is a rough way to end week 1 of fall. But at the end of the day, we did reach level 8 in mining, so now we can craft mega bombs. And we made 1,655 gold today. But on day 8, we finally have enough gold to go pay off the vault room. And I went to the vault room and handed in my 25,000 gold, which completed the room and earned us a crystallarium. We can use this to insert a gem and it will grow copies. And since we completed the room, the Junimos will start working on the bus repair. Since we are now super broke, we can use the crystallarium to add expensive gems in there, and then we could sell those. But I don't have anything too expensive at the moment, but I do need to venture into the mines to grab some frozen tears today anyway, so maybe we'll find something more expensive in there. On my mining adventure today, I found a few gems we could use, but also a couple frozen tears. I think the best option I have for the crystallarium is an emerald, so when I got home, I added that in there, and after I went to sleep, the Junimos fixed up the buzz, which means tomorrow we are venturing out of Stardew Valley and into Calico Desert. When I woke up on day 9, I checked the TV to see how the spirits were feeling today, and apparently they're happy. This is great news for us because I would not want to go on this trip on a bad luck day. Before heading over there, I stop at Sebastian's to give him a frozen tear, and then I go buy a bus ticket for 500 gold. And here we are in Calico Desert. There are so many new forageable items we can find here, like coconuts and cactus fruit. There's also Sandy's shop here too. She's sweet, she's friends with Emily from Stardew Valley, and she sells some different seeds in here like starfruit seeds, along with some clothes and other items. There's a sketchy bouncer over here blocking the stairs. I have no idea what's back there, honestly. Never been, but maybe I can give him a gift. Here's a coconut. Nope, he does not want that. He says it's for members only, but what does that mean? Whatever, I gift Sandy the coconut instead. Maybe I need to be her friend to enter. There's also a guy over here in the desert that sells interesting things, including some really nice yet very expensive furniture. He accepts materials instead of gold, which makes things extra difficult. But what I really came here for is the sandfish, which we need for the community center. I fish for a little bit here, procrastinating honestly, because now we have to go and use the skeleton key. This cave is even creepier than the last one. There's a skull door to the left and a big scary button to the right. I don't know what happens when I press this, but I press it anyway. Nothing happened, so of course I press it a couple more times just to check, and nothing. Alright, I add the key into the skeleton door and we're in. I learned pretty quickly that my sword is not up to par with the monsters in this cave. I did find a diamond right away though, and these green dragon things will haunt me in my sleep tonight. I hate these. They're even worse than the flying bugs in the mines at home. This mine is different because there's no elevator, meaning we start from level 1 every single time. I've honestly never made it to the bottom of the skull cavern in all of my time playing Stardew Valley because these caves stress me out. Oh my god, but they can be worth it because you can find some really great loot in here. I definitely need to be better equipped on my next adventure down here, and I basically get bullied out of the mines around 10:30, so I call it quits and head back home. And since I found a diamond today, I can add that to the crystallarium instead of the emerald. At the end of the day, I reach level 7 in combat, and I can now craft the ring of Yoba and a thorns ring, plus I get 5 extra HP. I made 4,294 gold today, and on day 10, I wake up to a very mysterious letter. It says if I can make it to level 25 in the skull cavern, I'll earn a mountain of gold. Signed your friend, Mr. Key. I don't know any Mr. Key. Who the heck is this guy? And a mountain of gold? I mean, I do need a lot of gold for my next barn upgrade, and I'm trying to be a millionaire by the end of this thing, so why not? I accept. Apparently, the spirits are happy again today, so may as well take advantage of that. Before leaving for the desert again, I dropped off another frozen tear to Sebastian, and I crafted a ton of bombs to use in the mines. I spent another 500 gold on a bus ticket, so this prize better be good. On my first level in the mines, I encountered some new monsters again. This time, they're mummies. Awesome. I used a bomb and found a hole, which I jumped in, and I fell 5 levels. Okay, great. More of those, please. I quickly ran through level 6, but then level 7 was overrun by monsters. I was doing okay at first. I was killing slimes, which takes so long with this sword, but then they caught up to me and I was surrounded. Tragedy struck and we had our first death in Stardew Valley. I blacked out, and when I came to, I heard the sweet sound of, this guy. I'm in the doctor's office and he performed emergency surgery on me. Oh god, no. He charged me 1,000 gold for the hospital visit, and I lost an item from my backpack. Which item? Okay, phew, just some solar essence. I can live with that. Get me out of here. I'm going straight to the Adventurers Guild. This was a horrible day. I came here to see if they had any better weapons or gear I could use, and they have a level 10 lava katana sword in stock, but it is 25,000 gold, so I decided to give up on my skull cavern hopes for now because this is going to end up costing me a mountain of gold. Before bed, I take it easy and do a little harmless foraging since my health is literally quaking, and at the end of the day, I earned 4,942 gold and a bruised ego. On day 11, I wake up to Emily at my doorstep. She's asking if I found any cloth yet, which I actually did in the mines yesterday, and she says we can use her sewing machine to make clothes if we want. Cute. I really need a win today. Luckily, I have a bunch of crops ready for harvest, including yams, which we need for the community center. So I head off to go hand those in, and then I drop off the yam and the sandfish at the community center. Now all we need is a pufferfish for the entire fish tank to be completed, and I noticed I only have 1 heart left until marriage with Sebastian, so that is exciting. I took it easy for the rest of the day. I chopped down some wood, replanted some trees, and harvested some ancient fruit wine, which is sold for 1,650 gold. And at the end of this day, I made 9,173 gold, which means we now have enough for the final coop upgrade. The deluxe coop is the last upgrade we can get for our coop, and it unlocks rabbits, along with an auto feed system and an incubator. It costs 20,000 gold, 500 wood, and 200 stone, so with a bit more wood, I should be able to buy this. Since it's Friday, we can also go check the traveling cart today, so I chopped down some trees on my way. I found a fishing book which granted me some more fishing experience, and I checked the traveling cart and did not find any pufferfish again. I spent the rest of the day collecting wood, and I tried to make it to Robin's before she closed up shop. I even used a mountain totem to try and get there in time, but by the time I got there, she had already clocked out, so our deluxe coop will just have to wait until tomorrow. It's fine though, because at the end of this day, I made 6,856 gold. When I wake up on day 13, Evelyn has sent me some cookies in the mail. I also have some broccoli, cranberries, and corn ready for harvest. So I stick some broccoli into the jars and some cranberries into the kegs, and I head off to Robin's to upgrade the coop. I hand everything in, and of course, this will take a few days to complete, but as I'm tending my farm today, I can't stop thinking about that skull cavern quest. I really want to make it to level 25 to see what the heck is even down there. But if I go back, I need to be more prepared. I need more materials to craft more bombs, I need to cook more food, and I need more money to spend on equipment. So for now, all I can do is cook up some extra food for more health. I whipped up a few field snacks using some seeds I had in my chest, and I worked on my farm for a little bit. And at the end of the day, I made 10,119 gold, which is our highest earning day ever. Those kegs are really paying off. Day 14, and we are now halfway through fall. The day was off to a great start as I learned how to make trout soup from the cooking channel, and I also learned the spirits are in good humor today. When I walked outside, I saw our pumpkins were ready for harvest, which is exciting. I need 1 pumpkin to complete the fall crops bundle at the community center, but before handing in my pumpkin, I do some dailies. I pop some fruit into the preserves jar, and I see Robin working hard on the coop. I stopped by the community center to hand in my pumpkin, and I received a bee house as a reward. I always get stuck behind these slow Junimos as I'm heading out. I wanted to stop by Pierre's to buy some more pumpkin seeds. They take 13 days to grow, so I want to plant those ASAP to make sure I can harvest them before the winter. And I think I'll head into the Stardew mines today so I can collect some more stone and also some more frozen hearts. On my way, I run into Sebastian, and he's ready for the winter already. He's excited that the sun is coming out less and less. We only have 2 weeks to get this marriage underway, so you stay there, I'll be right back with a frozen tear. When I went down into the mines, I found 2 frozen tears right away on the first level, so I went back up immediately to make sure it could be delivered to Sebastian today. And hey, we reached 10 heart points. This is so exciting. We can finally get married, almost. Now we just have to make sure it rains within the next 2 weeks, so then I can go and buy the mermaid pendant from the guy on the beach. Remember that I can't buy this in the winter. It has to be in the next 2 weeks, but then we could finally propose. I went back down into the mines to collect a few more materials, and I headed back to the farm so I could plant my pumpkin seeds before bed. And I must have been exhausted because I accidentally dropped one of the bombs from my inventory and blew up half of my farm. All of those crops gone. I was so disappointed in myself. I stood there for a good 10 minutes in shock. I am putting those back in my chest immediately. I cleaned up this mess and planted the rest of my seeds without the bombs in my pocket. Oh, and that means I have to craft more sprinklers, like a lot of them. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I did that. I was having such a good day too. Whatever, I cleaned up my mess, went to bed, and hey, I made 16,267 gold for the day. When I woke up on day 15, I looked out the window and realized it wasn't raining. I checked the weather report and found out it's not going to rain tomorrow either, but the Stardew Valley Fair is tomorrow, so maybe today is a good day to do some tool upgrading. If I'm going into advanced mines, I think my pickaxe should be improved a little. I got a letter in the mail from Linus teaching me how to make sashimi, and when I started doing my morning routine, I checked on my coop and I realized Robin was finished upgrading it. I also found a duck feather in there, which we need for the community center, and then I realized I blew up my mayonnaise makers last night, so I need to craft some more of those. I head to Marnie's in hopes to buy some more animals for my new coop, and of course, she's not in today. She is never here when you need her, I swear. So instead, I shift my focus to the pickaxe upgrade. I currently have a copper pickaxe, and the next upgrade is an iron one. So I smelt some more iron bars and head over to the blacksmith, and to upgrade the pickaxe, we need 5,000 gold and 5 iron bars. So I hand that in and I realize that now I'm making a lot of gold. I want to focus on the deluxe barn upgrade. It costs 25,000 gold, 550 wood, and 300 stone, which I do not have. I need a lot more wood and stone, so I spend the rest of my evening chopping down trees. And day 16 is the day of the Stardew Valley Fair. I did some work in the morning and off I went. I'm particularly excited about the fair because I want to purchase this star drop. If you remember, last season we got a star drop from reaching level 100 of the Stardew mines, and the star drops permanently increase our maximum energy, so we definitely want this, especially if we keep adventuring into the Skull Cavern. But to buy this, we need star tokens, which we can only get by playing games here at the fair. You can also participate in the fair contest by adding your products, and basically whoever has the best products wins the contest. So I added in a bunch of gold star crops, and after playing my first game, the shooting game, I realized this is going to take forever. Luckily, you have an unlimited time to spend at the fair, so I tried my luck at a fishing game, and this went a little bit better. And then I tried the Monopoly Guy's Game of Luck, and I literally never win this. I am so unlucky. I don't even bother trying with this guy. Then I found out you can win 1,000 star tokens if you place first in the contest. So I told Mayor Lewis to start the judging process, and I came in third. Back to the games I go then. I actually managed to get pretty good at the shooting game. If you get 100% accuracy, you get 500 tokens. So I finally saved up 2,000 tokens and I traded it in for the star drop, and I'm reminded again of the mistake I made choosing my favorite thing to be dogs. But our max energy level has increased, and now it's time to head home. Before going to bed, I actually stop in the community center to hand in my duck feather, and I completed Emily's dye bundle, earning a seed maker. Alright, now it's actually time to go home. I made 7,402 gold at the end of the day, and on day 17, my steel pickaxe is ready. So I head over to Clint's to grab that, and I also stop by Marnie's to purchase some animals. Since we upgraded the coop, we can now purchase rabbits. So I buy 2 of them, Eno and Sai, and then I decided I want to go try out my new pickaxe in the mines. I need more stone for the deluxe barn upgrade anyway, but then I get the idea to stop by the Adventurers Guild, and I stare at that level 10 lava katana sword again. It's 25,000 gold, which I'm just shy of, but if I trade in my current sword, I'll have just enough. Screw it, I'm doing it. Take my money, I'll make my money back in no time. And now I only have 57 gold to my name. And honestly, I'm not really even sure if this upgrade was worth it, which is devastating. I mean, I killed monsters a little bit faster, but not 25,000 gold faster. Whatever, I managed to get a ton of stone from the mine mission, and I also collected a little bit of wood after. And at the end of this day, I earned 5,157 gold. I woke up on day 17 to see the sun again. But when I checked the weather, it is supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so I'll be able to go and buy the mermaid pendant. Plus, this morning, we have bunnies. Look how cute they are. I spent the rest of my day gathering some wood. I also went to hand in a large goat milk to the community center, which completed the animal bundle and finished off this entire room. I earned a cheese press for the animal bundle completion, and finishing this room will unlock the greenhouse for our farm. Up until now, the greenhouse has just been this rundown area in the corner of our farm, but by tomorrow, it should be up and running again. I planted some more seeds I bought from Pierre's earlier today, and I also grabbed some ancient fruit wine that was ready in one of my kegs. I spent the rest of the afternoon chopping wood, so now I have over 500 wood pieces, and I realized I had another bottle of ancient fruit wine ready in the keg. I am definitely making money today. To finish off the night, I did some fishing. I actually turned that into sashimi by cooking it afterwards, and I reached level 10 in farming at the end of the day. I have the option to be an artisan and sell artisan goods for 40% more, or I could be an agriculturalist and have crops grow 10% faster. For me, this is a no-brainer. I want to be an artisan. I make over 10,000 gold at the end of this day, and in the middle of the night, the Junimos fix up my greenhouse. And on day 18, ring the wedding bells because it's time for me to get married. I don't even worry about doing my dailies this morning. I head straight for the mysterious man on the beach. I trade off my 5,000 gold for the mermaid pendant, and I stick that thing on my head and walk all the way through town with it. I get to Sebastian's house and I see he's lying in bed, but I walk right up to him and hand him the pendant, and he accepts. Thank God. He says he'll set up everything again, thank God, and we'll have this ceremony in 3 days. He actually seems excited to live on the farm too. To be honest, we get like no visitors, so he's gonna love it. I was in such a good mood. I thought there's no way my luck will run out at the traveling cart today. I am going to find that pufferfish there, and nope, no pufferfish. I am so sick of checking this thing. I had some geodes to open, so I went to Clint's and I got a few things to donate to the museum, and as a reward here, I unlocked a rare crow. Today has been so busy that I actually forgot to check out my new greenhouse, but this is great because we can plant anything in here all year round. It doesn't matter what season it is, we can plant whatever, whenever. So I usually plant the highest earning crops I can find in here, and it's also a great spot to plant fruit trees. I don't have anything to plant in here yet, so for now, I'll just smelt some more bars so I can at least have more materials to make sprinklers for the greenhouse. I've been using the furnaces a lot lately, so I crafted one more and I moved them over to their own designated spot by the greenhouse. And I also crafted 2 more chests because my lack of organization was getting out of control. I have always been chronically unorganized in this game, but I'm trying, okay? At the end of the day, I again made over 10,000 in gold, and on day 20, the last person I expected to be at my door was Gunther, the museum owner. He's here to thank us for donating so many items to the museum. Oh, and he's got a gift for us. An old key that has been sealed in the museum vault for at least 100 years? Okay, wow, we will definitely check that out later. But in the meantime, I harvested a ton of fall crops today, so I used them to craft some more fall seeds. I planted those on all the extra room I have on my farm, and next I want to go to Pierre's to buy some fruit tree seeds, and that way I can bring them back and plant them in my greenhouse. I still need an apple for the community center, so I bought an apple sapling, a peach, and a pomegranate sapling. And then, as I was walking around town, I spotted the sewer, and I thought maybe I could try my rusty key there. The sewer unlocked, and this is where we meet Krobus. Krobus lives down here in the sewer, and he sells exotic goods down here. except on Friday. Right away, I notice he has another star drop, which will be good to remember. And other things I'm interested in are the Wizard Furniture Catalog and the Return Scepter, which allows you to return home at will whenever you want. I can't spend any money in here just yet, but I will keep that in mind for later. When I return home, I plant my fruit trees in my greenhouse, I do a little housekeeping, plant more regular trees in my yard, and I go to sleep. At the end of the day, I reach level 9 in foraging, unlocking the rain totem recipe. See, this marriage would have worked out either way. I made 3,320 gold. At this point in the season, I'm going to try and start thinking about winter. In the winter, we have limited crops that we can grow. So I like to save some fall crops just so we can toss those into kegs and preserve jars next season. I stash anything I'm not using away in my chest for now. I find out the spirits are in good humor today, so I head to the mines, and I can fly through these mines pretty quickly now. And it's kind of fun to come down here and just wreck everything in sight really quick. I really just came down here to farm stone, but I also found a couple diamonds down here as well. I made 1,900 gold at the end of the day, but on day 22, I am finally getting married. The mayor starts off with a speech. He says, from this day forward, now I'm going to be part of this town. From this day forward, what about all the other days I've spent busting my butt trying to save this town's failing economy? I am the economy. Sebastian is looking real Panic at the Disco at the moment, and I am wearing the same thing I always wear. I should have worn something better, oh my gosh, but okay, yay! Life is going to be different from now on, but the future looks bright. Surprisingly, that didn't take up any time out of my day, but now Sebastian lives with us. His motorcycle is parked up here in the corner, and great, that's a huge goal of ours complete. Now back to work. I felt good today. I don't know what it was. Maybe the fact that I just got married, so I decided I wanted to go try my luck again at the Skull Cavern. And my intuition was right because I was flying through those levels. I found a hole which dropped 7 entire levels, and I take back what I said about my new sword because it was crushing those monsters pretty quick. So quick that I made it all the way down to level 19, and that's when the second disaster struck. I saw that purple glaze, and then I was surrounded. I paused right then and there because I knew what was coming. I was eating food up as quickly as I could, and I started my mad dash for the exit, but I was too slow, and I died. I was so close to level 25. This was real rage right here. Ugh, how much is it this time, Harvey? Now I'm down 1,000 gold again, and I lost 2 items from my backpack this time, a ruby and a warp totem. This sucks. It was on my way home that I realized I should have used that warp totem to get home quickly, but I panicked. I didn't think about it in time. That's it. I'm going to bed early. Oh yeah, since Sebastian moved in, we get his room now, so there's an extra room added onto the house. And at the end of the day, we earned just over 5,000 in gold. All right, enough messing around. Today, I will upgrade the barn. I have just over 23,000 gold right now, so I need to sell some things up here, but once I do that, we should be good. Sebastian started my day off strong with some coffee, and I walk outside and Evelyn is at my door today. She's gifting me a gardening pot which we can use to grow crops of any season indoors. That is so nice. She also told us how to craft one, and there is so much ready to harvest on the farm today. So many crops already, but also in my coop we have wool and rabbit's foot for the first time, which we'll need for the community center. I'm not even done my dailies for the day, but I head off to Pierre's to sell some goods, and just like that, I have enough gold for the barn upgrade. So on my way to Robin's, I stopped by the community center to hand in my rabbit's foot, which completed the enchanter's bundle, and I received 5 gold bars as a reward. I'm on my way to Robin's when I see her walking the opposite way. Ugh, no, not again. She's taking the day off today, which means the barn upgrade will just have to wait until tomorrow. Fine, I guess. I go back to my farm and finish off my dailies, and I'm definitely taking it easier today after yesterday's disaster. I'm also trying to optimize my farm a little more by crafting more mayonnaise makers. I did a little late night fishing, a little bit of decorating, and then I went to sleep earning over 5,000 gold today. On day 24, I wake up and see Sebastian saying he got up early to water some of my crops. Of course, they're watered already because I am a pro at this now, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. I'm wasting no time this morning. I'm going right to Robin's to upgrade the barn, and the upgrade will start tomorrow morning. This is exciting because this barn upgrade will unlock sheep and pigs. And since the barn is getting an upgrade, I figured I should upgrade the surrounding area a bit as well. I crafted walkways to and from the greenhouse. I crafted some more lighting and another keg, and after doing all of this crafting, my wood supply was running low. So I chopped some more wood for the rest of the afternoon, stopped in to say hi to the bar crowd, out, and I went to sleep earning 4,648 gold today. It is day 25, and looking at my main goals, I still need to reach level 10 in all of my skills. So far, we've only reached level 10 in farming, with fishing and combat being the lowest levels. So should I take that as an invitation to go back to the skill cavern? Apparently, the spirits are very happy today, so I'm thinking yes. But I need to be ready. I'm crafting mega bombs this time. I'm bringing any meals I have, including coffee, so I can move faster. I'm bringing a warp totem just in case I need to evacuate quickly, and I'm bringing more regular bombs too. Today, my mission will not fail. As soon as Pam starts her shift, I buy a bus ticket, I hop on, and then as soon as I arrive in the desert, I chug my coffee and I'm off. I am wasting no time. I am dropping these mega bombs all over this mine. I find a hole at level 3 and that drops me 3 levels. Once again, I'm running through these levels pretty quickly, but I keep a clear head. I cannot get my hopes up. I know everything can change in a moment's notice, so I keep moving on. My coffee wears off, so I chug another. I find another hole and fall 6 levels this time, and I'm at level 18 when I find another hole, and I fall 13 more levels. At this point, I've completed Mr. Key's quest of reaching level 25, but I still have so much time down here, so I want to keep going. I carry on and manage to make it all the way down to level 43, which I think is the furthest I've ever gone in the Skull Cavern. I'm pushing my luck now though, because I'm running out of food, and when I reached the dinosaur floor, I knew I had to bail. I've never even seen them before, and I don't want to know how hard they hit. I catch the bus and I'm home safe and sound, and this is such a great day. I'm so proud of myself. I do a bit more work around the farm before bed, and I'm happy that my health is still decent enough that I can still work. After going to bed, I reached level 9 in mining today, and I unlocked the crystallarium recipe. I earned 8,406 gold today, and on day 26, I woke up to a letter. It's very mysterious, but it reads, "You did it. I'm very impressed. Enjoy your reward, Key." With 10,000 gold enclosed? Well, shoot, Mr. Key, all right. I also got a letter from Mayor Lewis telling me about the Spirits Eve festival happening tomorrow night. And at some point, Caroline asked me to bring her a pumpkin for Abigail to carve. I do have one in my inventory from a harvest a few days ago, so we'll bring that over to her today. And I also realized my deluxe barn upgrade is finished, which means we can go stop by Marnie's to buy some new animals. So I stop by Marnie's and I buy 1 pig and 1 sheep, and while I'm here, I wonder if our relationship is high enough for me to go in her room yet. I am, and I find Mayor Lewis's purple shorts in here. Well, this is awkward. Next, I check the traveling cart, and again, no puffer fish. I head into town on my way to Caroline's, and on my way to give Caroline her pumpkin, I run into Abigail, who congratulates me on my marriage with Sebastian. She's like, "I guess he'll never move to the city then, like he always wanted." Am I crazy, or is this a bit of a backward comment? Anyway, I give Caroline her pumpkin, and with that, I'm able to enter Caroline's private sunroom. In here, I receive a tea leaf, and she says she makes fresh tea in here every day. So she offers me a cup, and I take it, and once again, in Stardew Valley, I am hallucinating. I see a teacup, and then all of a sudden, a little dancing guy pops out of the teacup holding another smaller teacup. "You do this every day, Caroline? Okay." After my drip, she says I can come here whenever I want to relax. Girl, what was that all about? I've actually never come in here before, but a lot of people commented to do this, so there we go. Feeling a little woozy, I leave Caroline's tea room, and I collect the 500 gold reward I received from bringing Caroline the pumpkin. I have to make one more stop today, and that's Mayor Lewis's house, so I can drop off his shorts, except he's not here. I start looking around for him. I check the bar and notice that there are a few recipes here I can unlock, so I buy some of those, and I eventually run into Mayor Lewis and hand off his shorts in front of everyone. He gets all weird when I tell him I found them in Marnie's room, and he's like, "This stays between you and me, got it?" Sure, I'm sure none of the other 5 people around us heard a peep. I receive 750 gold for returning those shorts, and after returning to my farm, I stash away my tea leaves, I do a little late night fishing, and I go to bed earning 6,844 gold today. When I wake up on day 27, I have a letter from Caroline. She's giving me her tea sapling recipe. We can craft tea saplings using wild seeds, fiber, and wood. I have all of these things, so I craft 10 tea saplings and decide I'll place these in the greenhouse for now. I craft a couple of sprinklers for the greenhouse, and I figure I should maybe go and buy some more seeds for this greenhouse now, except because of the festival later, later, I can't go to the town square today, so instead I buy a ticket to Calico Desert. Don't worry, we're not here to go to the mines today. We're going to Sandy's shop to buy starfruit seeds. These are extremely pricey, but they are worth it once we turn starfruits into wine. I give Sandy a gift and chat with her for a minute. I do a little fishing while I'm here, and then I head back to the valley once I get too tired to fish. And then I get to work on my greenhouse. I think instead I want to craft these fancy iridium sprinklers for my greenhouse. I place all of the starfruit seeds that I have, and I realize it is super dark in here, so I craft 4 lights. I place some fertilizer, and I realize it's not perfect in here yet, but it's a start. I definitely need more starfruit seeds eventually, and I need to decide what else to place in here, but I like it so far. By now, the festival has begun, so I head there, and this festival is pretty cute, but there's not a whole lot to do. There's a Halloween-themed hedge maze, and at the end of it, you receive a golden pumpkin as a reward. You can use this as a gift for crafting purposes, or you can just sell it for 2,500 gold, which is what I normally do. And I think that's all you really do at this festival. So I head home, I sell my pumpkin, and I go to sleep. But I made over 14,000 gold at the end of today. And finally, day 28, the last day of fall. I checked the cooking channel and learned how to make artichoke dip, and I find out Sebastian filled Naruto's bowl and fed the animals this morning. At this point, I feel like I have a fully functioning farm. We have enough happy animals to make a profit, enough space to grow a lot of crops, and we are making lots more money now that we have the artisan profession. Heading into the winter, we'll rely a lot more on animal products, so I buy another pig from Marnie, and we'll also rely more on the greenhouse because not as many crops grow in the winter season. So I purchase as many cranberry seeds as I can from Pierre, and I grab whatever seeds I have sitting in my chest. I plant everything I have in the greenhouse. At night, I craft some stone pathways leading to the cave, and I think that's a wrap on our year 1 fall season. So looking at our progress so far in the 100-day challenge, we've accomplished a few of our goals this season. We got married, we made it to the bottom of the Stardew mines, and we even started new goals in the Skull Cavern. Our community center progress is not as far along as I had hoped. I definitely thought we'd have a little bit more completed by now. And same with our skill progress. I think we're gonna have to focus a little bit more on these in the next couple weeks. Moving forward, since we're at day 85 of the 100-day challenge, we really only have to include the next 2 weeks of winter. I'm thinking about just doing the entire month in one video though. I'm not really sure. Winter can be a little slow, so maybe not. We'll see how much we can accomplish in the first 2 weeks. Apologies for taking so long to get this video up. These videos take a very long time to film and edit. Hopefully the next one will not take as long, but if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.